At this stage to Barkha that she's in front or as close as possible to the Trident Hotel where there is that terrible hostage scenario. Barkha, can you hear me? If you can, go ahead.
Yes, Vishnu, I think what we're seeing here is the beginning of a commando operation outside the Trident Hotel. I'm going to ask my camera person to move in closer, and follow me as much as he can so we can try and zoom in and show you a brown building that is just behind the Trident Hotel where commandos have now taken position. Remember, we told you a few minutes ago that NSG commandos and military commanders have now arrived at this place. The hotel has been encircled on all sides, and in that brown building behind, commandos have actually taken position. We're expecting them to storm into this building. There may be no other way to actually secure the release of people inside. We can also confirm to you, you can see here, let me show you what else is happening here. There are fire engines here on standby. Let the camera just show you the fire engines here on standby, so that the moment that commandos actually move in to secure the hotel, there might be people who are injured who have to be brought out. There might be dead bodies that have to be brought out. So the fire engines and the ambulances are on standby. Vishnu, I've been talking to some people inside the hotel. I managed to make a phone call to somebody who's staying on the 19th floor. He has confirmed to me that a grenade explosion has taken place within the hotel in the last 15 minutes. Remember, there was firing here 30 minutes ago. We are not clear on the number of terrorists who are still inside. We are told that there are 3 to 4. We are also told by our sources that at least 5 Israeli citizens have been taken hostage. The 19th floor on which my source is staying is a floor on which the terrorists are active. They are setting off grenades inside the hotel. But as we just told you, the Rapid Action Force, there are 3 kinds of deployment here. The Rapid Action Force, the NSG commandos and the military commandos, they've just been reinforced here, and we are told that they will be entering this hotel at any point. Let me just step back and show you. You're seeing senior officials now. Let the camera move in as much as he can. He's wired up, so he can't move in completely close, but I'm going to take you as close as we can. This area has been cordoned off. It's been cordoned off for everybody, for walkers, for journalists, for everybody but people involved in the actual operation. You can see policemen. The reason you're not seeing the Rapid Action Force and the military commanders is that they've already taken their position. I'm going to make the camera tilt up to show you this. This is the Trident where there are still terrorists inside, where there are still people taken hostage, and in the buildings behind, and in the nearby buildings, those have taken their positions. You've got fire engines here. Let's pan there to the fire engines. You've got fire engines on standby. We're seeing a number of walkers, a number of anxious people who have relatives inside, a number of journalists, all waiting to find out what's happened inside, passers-by, everybody terrified at what they're going to see here. But I think what we're looking at is the beginnings of a solid, concrete military operation. Military sources confirming to us that commandos are getting ready to enter this building. Now that would need a few things. It would need scaffolding to be built, Vishnu, as you well know. But first they have to encircle the building, and that process has begun.
Barkha, important piece of information which I'd like you to perhaps reflect on. There are Israeli nationals who are also perhaps held hostage at Nariman House. The Israeli hostages held hostage over here. There are foreign hostages at the Taj, quite certainly. Could you reflect on these 3 threads?
Well, absolutely. You made 3 very important points, and in fact, I'm going to ask my producer to try and get hold of some of the foreigners here who are listening to this. But yes, it is confirmed that at least 5 to 6 Israeli citizens are held hostage inside here. 5, as you mentioned, in Nariman House. We also know that when the terrorists actually entered this particular hotel building, they walked into one of its restaurants and they asked the people who were British and American to identify themselves. Those people were then segregated. Now, this is the reason why intelligence sources that I have been that I have been speaking with Vishnu are actually telling me that they believe that there are shades of an international conspiracy, that this is no longer possible to explain in terms of either groups like the Indian Mujahideen or the Deccan Mujahideen, as it's now identified itself to one of the television channels, India TV. They believe that this is like a terrorist attack that India has never seen before, that the foreign angle, the Israeli angle in particular, has some suggestion of a larger international plot, a larger international conspiracy, but one facilitated by the Mumbai underworld and local elements. Remember, the explosives came in laden on boats that came in by the sea. That, according to intelligence sources that I've been speaking to, suggests a clear sign of an underworld involvement.